Hello and welcome to my channel. If you like what you see here, give me a like and a share. I've always been intrigued by creatures of mythology, myth, legends, you name it. I've just always been like, ooh, 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 and always wanted to learn more. So I decided to start taking what I've learned and turn them into videos, and maybe you'll learn something new. If you have any other creatures that you would like me to cover, go ahead and comment down below and we'll see what we can do. Today's video has 3 different creatures in it. I couldn't find a lot of information on these 3, so I just put together everything that I was able to find. I hope you enjoy. Alright, we're going to start off with the Chimera, which is based in Greek mythology and is a hybrid female monster. Most commonly, she is said to have the head of a lion in the front, the head of a fire-breathing goat in the middle, and the tail of a serpent, which has the serpent's head at the end of it, which is just terrifying. It's a creature with 3 sets of mouths that can completely mess up your day, that's for sure. Some depictions, though, say that the rear is of a dragon instead of the serpent. Still terrifying. And she was definitely deadly. Wouldn't want to meet her in a dark alley anywhere. Not only could she breathe fire, but she could just rip a person to shreds. I mean, she's just got claws and teeth and it's just terrifying. She terrorized and devastated Caria and Lycia until she was slain. The Chimera is thought to be the offspring of the half-maiden Echidna and either Typhaon or Typhon. There has been some debate about which one of the two. There's also been some debate that they are actually one and the same. So it just depends on where you're getting your information from, which one it'll say. She also had siblings that included Orthrus, which is a 2-headed dog, Cerberus, the 3-headed dog, and the Lernean Hydra, which is the giant water snake monster with multiple heads. Many tried and failed to take down the Chimera until Bellerophon. He was the only one to finally slay her. He managed to drive his lead-tipped lance into her flaming throat, which was the middle one, the one of the goat, and that caused her to choke on the molten metal, thus ending her reign of terror in the surrounding area. Alright, and that's all the information I could find on the Chimera. Alright, next up we have the Basilisk, which any Harry Potter fans have heard of a basilisk, but it actually stemmed from something before that. And this is all the info I was able to find on the basilisk, which isn't a lot, but enough for me to know that I wouldn't want to bump into one. The basilisk is also known as a cockatrice and the king of serpents, depending on its form. And I'll get into this here in a little bit. The basilisk is depicted in 3 different descriptions, and the cockatrice is one specific description of how it looked, but again I'll go into that here in a little bit. The basilisk hails from Greek and Roman mythology. The first description of the basilisk is that of a huge lizard. The second is that of a giant snake, and the third is a combo of a rooster and a reptile. That third description is the one that's known as the cockatrice. Typically, the third description is described as having the head, plumage, and legs of a rooster, and the tail of a reptile, and scaled dragon-like wings. Like a rooster, it also walks on 2 legs. The other 2 descriptions of it slither, more or less. The creature size also varies based on the description. The rooster serpent version of it is said to be really small, like around 6 to 12 inches, give or take. Whereas the snake version is said to be gigantic and like just towers and looms over you. The snake version is also said to move differently than a typical snake. Instead of slithering on its belly, it kind of crawls forward on its belly, while its upper body just kind of looms overhead. The basilisk leaves a trail of withering plants in its wake and causes massive destruction. And that's just by it passing by. If a bird flies too close, they are said to just burst into flames. Other snakes even avoid it because when a basilisk is hungry, it's an equal opportunity muncher and will eat anything, really, to include its own kind. This creature is also extremely hostile towards mankind. In fact, the basilisk has 5 methods in which to kill or injure a person. The first is using its deadly gaze. Man will die simply making eye contact with the beast. Similar to like Medusa or a Gorgon, but instead of turning to stone, they just instantly die. The second is its putrid breath. It takes morning breath to a whole new level. The breath is said to wither plants and just flat out incapacitate man. Third is its venom. Direct contact kills, and it is said to even be lethal from 1 meter away. So stay away from its mouth. Between the bad breath and the venom, just not a good idea. Fourth is touch. Coming into direct contact can cause death. That means touching like its scales, any part of it. And it emanates with poison, essentially, which is also why it leaves the wake of dead plants between that and the putrid breath. And the fifth method, which is only for the cockatrice version, which is the rooster serpent version, is a maddening half-rooster, half-reptilian hiss that can kill or cause paralysis to any who hear it. As scary and deadly as the basilisk sounds, it does have one weakness. If you can get it to look into a mirror or anything that causes a reflection and it meets its own gaze, it will kill it. So even the basilisk itself is not immune to its own gaze. Definitely don't want to be making eye contact. Actually, just don't want to have any kind of contact with that at all. Alright, third on our list today is the Golum. The Golum originates in Jewish folklore. It is said the first Golum appeared in Prague in the 16th century. It was created by a rabbi out of clay from the banks of the Vltava River. He created it to protect the ghetto from prosecution. The golems are animated anthropomorphic beings created by dirt or clay and brought to life through incantations and a series of Hebrew letters written on its head, typically. Once brought to life, the golem becomes a helper, companion, and protector to its creator, and whoever else the creator wishes to include. It is said that the golem is only ever called upon in times of peril, so it's not just something that would be summoned or created just for, hey, I'm bored, let's do this. It's only used in absolute necessary times when there is no other options. To kill a golem, you must smudge out the first letter on the golem. Doing this leaves behind the word meth, which translates to death. So essentially, you just smudge out the first letter. Only the first letter, though. Doesn't say what happens if you smudge out the whole letter or the whole word or not, but definitely just the first letter. And that is all we have for today. I was not able to find a whole lot of information on those three. If you know of any other information on either the Chimera, the Basilisk, or the Golem, please let me know below. I'm always looking to learn more. Also, like I said before, go ahead and drop your suggestions for what you would like me to cover in the next video. Thank you, and have a great day.